It is your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. Um, I'm doing the best I can today, y'all. Technology wise, we I'm gonna get this thing down. I am. I promise you. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna keep working with it, and I'm gonna get better. So here I am. According to the TV, I look okay. Um, Everything on my phone is this big. So to say I'm not seeing a lot of stuff would be very accurate. Okay. And start out by showing you this. This is actually a sweater. I'm working from the bottom up. See the ribbing at the bottom? Isn't that neat? So, first of all, welcome in and thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Like I said, I am your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. Come on in the den. I am excited to be here. I've had so much to happen over the past week. And I guess you saw me working on the blue here. This has been, hey sis, how are you? Hugs to you. I have been working on this over the past couple of days, few days rather, and I'm excited about it. I am. It's a sweater that I'm working up from bottom to top. Baby, how are you? Hugs to you too. So yeah, like I said, I am excited about it. I'll fidget with it a lot. I'm in a fidgety mood today, so please just bear with me. You see me do this a lot today too. I feel like my eyes are running water, but yet and still my hands are dry when I pull them away. It's just a fidgety kind of day. But back to 436 subscribers. Yay! Yay! 64 to go before we reach that first. Not well, second for me because I did a big thing when we reached 100. So the next one was 500. We're 64 away, guys. We are 64 away. Yay! And last I checked, which was yesterday, we were 1.57 thousand and 1,570 plus view hours. So we're approaching that 3,000 viewing hours as well. Exciting. Okay, for my glow meter today, I would have to say I'm probably at a 10. I feel really good. The pain level is at very much a minimal. Um, but the scary part about that is that I tend to do too much. I know that you can see a little bit around me, and I filled all of this up before I got up here. So the only space I have on my bed is literally where I'm sitting. And it kind of threw me back because there are things that I need over there that I can't reach because of all of this right here. And even though I don't need anything over there, I'm still restricted by this right here. Can't lean back except to right here because there's stuff behind me. I am completely surrounded with yarn. But when I look over and see what I pulled off the shelf, then I'm actually realizing that I am crocheting some of this yarn down. And I'm excited for that. I give myself a pat on the back, thumbs up, and a plus for that alone. I'm headed in the right direction. So, like I said, yes, I am excited about that. So, what's in my cup? See, that's the other thing I need to reach. I got my cup. I got my cup. And it is 2/3 empty. So, the next thing I'm going to need is my water. It's over there on the other side of the mountain of stuff that I have. Got my 2 bottles of water over there. I've had a half bottle so far this morning because I did take my meds. I'm filtering into taking my, okay, let me tell y'all me and my medicine, how we negotiate and negotiated. When I first started taking my happy pill, I realized that it was putting me to sleep. And it kind of made my daughter worry because it hit me so hard that all I wanted to do was sleep. And I wasn't staying awake or present for anything. And she really thought that something was wrong. So she was constantly asking me, Mom, what's wrong? Mom, what's wrong? Mom, what's wrong? It's not like you to sleep like this. What's going on? Please talk to me. And when we dwindled it down to the happy pill, we were like, okay, well, maybe I need to make some changes. So knowing that I had my lives, knowing that I still had things that I wanted to do as far as the channel was concerned, I restructured my days. That's when I was going through that long period of restructuring because I was finagling my medication. I finally got to the point where I said, okay, I will take my medicine Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm not taking it. That way I'll be able to stay awake and do everything that I need to do and focus on, my YouTubing and my audience, be here for you guys and be here for my friends. And some people can tell you that when they would call me early in the week, I'd be almost non-responsive, or I would almost be lethargic. I wasn't the same in the beginning of the week as I became closer to the end of the week, and that was why. So I did that for a while, and I realized the reason it was hitting me so hard at the beginning of the week is because I wasn't allowing it to get in my system and regulate properly. So over the past couple of weeks, I've been taking my medication every day. It has gotten to the point where it's starting to level out. So I am staying awake more. But the initial burst of the medication makes me like, okay, everything is great. We're going to get through this day, and it doesn't take any pain away. It just severely affects my mood. I'm and it's not always happy. It broadens whatever mood I'm in. So if I'm in a sad mood, then I'm going to be really, really sad when I take the medication. If I'm in an angry mood, I'm going to be really, really mad when I take the medication. It exasperates what's already there. So in me deciding how to take it, I decided what I need to do is take it first thing in the morning. I need to keep something close to me to decide, that I can pop in my mouth, a couple of crackers, a couple of nabs, something that I can pop in my mouth so that I can take my medication. When I first wake up, I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I'm not mad, I'm just kind of even keel, and it will exasperate that, and it doesn't allow anything else to overpower. So that's where we are right now. So every day I wake up, and in a couple of hours after being awake, I'm still like this, which is good. I laugh a lot, but like I said, I'm fidgety. I'm just kind of, I'm picking over things, and like I told my daughter, I said I have to get ready for my live. She says okay. Normally okay would be fine, but okay today turned into 8 totes, 2 shoe boxes, several clear containers. One, two, wait a minute, there's another clear container down there. 2 boxes. All of these things have a bag of bags. It's somewhere over there. It translated into me pulling all of this onto the bed because I know there's a segment in here of my weekly whips. What I did not allow for was my weekly FOs, and most of them are out of reach. So I'm going to work on structuring a little bit more. I think I got the medicine part figured out. I still take a nap a day, but now it's only one nap a day. It's not like before where I was sleeping all day. So that's a good thing. So now that we got that part done, like I said, my happy meter is at a 10. I feel really good. No extra pains. Um, and one thing I had not been keeping you guys abreast of, today is the 16th. So I am 19 days smoke free. Yay. I know, Joan. I know. And I'm putting the disclaimer out there. Don't look for this to be permanent. There is a specific reason I am smoke free, and it's because I have a procedure coming up on my toe. And knowing that the vessels and capillaries down there are very sensitive to being inhibited by cigarette smoke, then I want to make sure that all of that is cleared up before I have the procedure. And I have to wait at least 30 days after the procedure before I can smoke again. Thank you. I appreciate that, sis. But like I said, don't look for it to be permanent. I hope that you all caught the videos that I put out. The ASL videos are coming back. I did send them to someone to have them edited. 2 days after I sent them, I got a notification saying that they were not sent. So I don't know how it sat there for 2 days not being sent. I'd have to figure out some other kind of way to send them. But in the meantime, I've made the determination that I'm going to stop letting the inability to edit them the way I want them. I'm gonna stop letting that stop me from putting them out. We just get the raw, and you just get the human side of it and see that I mess up a lot, you know. But hopefully we can get those lessons out there. Okay, so back to what's in my cup. I have 20 ounces of Folgers Black Silk. Yes. All Folgers Black Silk, all caramel macchiato creamer. So I'm pure today. No mutt coffee today. I have Black Silk and caramel macchiato. And it is so good. It is so smooth. And it's, oh my goodness. It is so good. It is so good. Sometimes you don't realize how much you miss something until it's gone. And you go back to it. You're like, never again. We had done without the Black Silk for a while because we had to readjust some things financially. And being coffee drinkers, you don't just stop coffee altogether. You don't. That's worse than quitting smoking. So we went to the Great Value Coffee instead, and then we were gifted Folgers Black Silk. So at least 2 days a week so that we can stretch it out. We're drinking Folgers Black Silk. My daughter will go in there and brew it for both of us, and it is absolutely amazing, and it lets me know just how much I miss it, how thankful I am for it being gifted to us, number one. And how much I miss it when I don't have it. So the other thing, like I said, is my water. Have to stay hydrated. I have to stay hydrated. This time of year is very important for me. I have a lot of health issues. You all know about my heart situation. I also have asthma. The cold weather, even though I prefer cold to hot, the problem with it being too cold for me is that it takes my breath away. So I usually end up using my inhaler and my nebulizer a lot more when it's cold than when it's warmer or comfortable. The heat will instantly take my breath away. It so if I have to choose between the two, I'd rather be cold. I would much rather be cold. At least I got a fighting chance there. The heat, when I start struggling for air in the heat, it's not a pretty sight. I'm talking eyes watering, eyes bulging. It's not cute at all. But it is what it is. We haven't had that problem in a while. Um, we keep the habitat habitable, habit habitatable. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all, I have had an issue with words for the past couple of days, but I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm not. Okay, I'm going to skip a few and I want you to go down. When you check the description box out, I want you to check out the Who Done It part. I have several people listed down there. And real quick facts about why they're there. Sometimes you go into a live and a person will make you feel like you're instantly family. Now, the list is short. This list that you see is extremely short because this could very easily be 300 people long. It very easily. It could be 436 people long in actuality. But I chose to pick just a few for right now. And I just want to, if you have not, go check these people out. One is Creations by Jax. Jaxie is phenomenal. Jaxie will make you feel so comfortable when you come to her. Patience is amazing, astounding, adorable. So she gets an A+, for her patience, and she does not mind breaking things down so that they are understandable. For if she has to put everybody on pause for a moment to explain it to one, she will. And I think, and she will also extend her services to you so that you can get a good grasp on what she means or what she's saying. I adore that about her. Um, and then, of course, there's Jennifer. Now, I want to put these two together, and that's Jennifer and Kayla. So I have to put three in there: Jennifer, Kayla, and Juan. When I first started my channel, these were three channels that I was in on every single day. I would wake up in the morning, and there were two more that were there too, but these are the ones on the list. But I'd wake up every morning to Jennifer of Cinnamon Stitches, and I'd follow her with Juan, and I'd follow Juan with Kayla of Llama Mama Kayla. To know that I followed Jennifer so much because she's upfront and for real. She's raw. She's You get what you see. I love authenticity. Those people that I gravitate to, that is the one thing I can say about each and every one of them, one of you all, is that you're authentic. And authenticity loves authenticity. I can't be anybody but me. And I don't combine well with unnatural. I'll leave that there. So the authenticity of these three really, really drew me to their channels. And again, that's Jennifer of Cinnamon Stitches, Kayla of Llama Mama Kayla, and Juan of Juan the Yarn Addict. And you hear me talk about Juan the Yarn Addict a lot because watching him grow and then being on the East Coast in a small town, like a stone's throw away from me. Have I ever met him? No, I haven't. Would I like to? Would love to. But knowing that, and then there are some similarities there in that he's taking care of his mother. He's the only one at home that um does, and I took care of my mother, and I was my mother's only child. And no, he's not an only child, but he's the only one there with her, of her children. But in all of that, watching him in his walk of life and handling the channel and seeing his growth is so aspiring, and it inspiring and aspiring, and it just, I'm like, okay, okay, and you get tips and you learn, you know bag a day is another one. um Watching her channel and noticing things, you learn from people, and I have taken them on as behind the scene instructors. Now, talking about learning, one of the things that I have always been drawn to, and one of the things that I do a lot of, and I don't show it a lot, and I meant to snatch it and bring it before the camera, but I try my hand at mandalas a lot. And when I ran across this lady and we started communicating, and knowing that, she struggles with mobility issues as well, all the way from the down under. Yes, I'm talking about Sam, by needles or by hooks, of course, and to see the beautiful work that she does, and just to watch her go through it. Yeah, I be lurking in her room a lot. I do. But she's one that I think is very worthy of checking out. Absolutely. Absolutely. And speaking of instruction, y'all, and I have to put it out here like this, I would not be where I am without these two young ladies. The first one that I mentioned, I wouldn't even have made it to the second young lady if it had not been for the first. And that's Michelle. Um, the patience. Y'all, for over a year, I felt like a baby in these YouTube streets. And Michelle is one of those, she treats her YouTube experience like I treat my ASL experience. What she learns, she shares. And she shares it in the capacity that she wants you to thrive. She wants you to grow. And you feel that. And I feel water now. But the way she teaches is however you need to learn. She's not like the teacher who comes up with a lesson plan and follows it by the book. When we I don't know exactly how we found each other. I know we were in a room together, and I want to say that it was Auntie Val Jean's room or DJ. Um, and we were trying to figure out who was going to do the next live. And she and I spoke up, and she took next, and I went after her. And it was like ever since then, I had seen her name before. I had gone across her channel before, and I was awestruck when I first saw her. But then after that, she reached out to me. She did. She reached out to me. And divine intervention, okay, yeah, I accept that. But she she got me she got me out of the quicksand. And I'm one of those. I don't want you to hold my hand and walk me through life. I understand that I have to endure those experiences. I have to make mistakes. That's how I learn. But what I need is for you to tell me, show me, let me do. Tell me, show me, let me do. And without hesitation, she told me, showed me, and let me do. And introduced me to some beautiful tools. And I got to where I am. I was not doing a lot of lives before she came in into my life and helped me to get to where I am. I'm more comfortable doing my lives now than I was. I love the fact that the one thing that you can see that's constant from the beginning to now is the fact that I've always just given you me. I've not changed anything about me. What I've changed is the structure of the channel. I've given the channel purposes. I've not had to reconstruct Kitty at all, but I've had to do a lot of things with the channel, and I'm so grateful to Michelle for everything. And yes, I'm talking about, yes, Michelle Crochets. I'm so grateful to her for everything that she's done. Now, this second young lady, when I get frustrated, when I get frustrated, mm, I can go to my twin in stitches. And sometimes I think she sees it because she'll just say, Kitty, email me. Better yet, text me. She has only taught me through a couple of things, but I admit one of those things was really, really tormenting me. And I refused because I knew that I could get it. I refused to reach out. And I'm like, no. The stubborn part of me was like, no, I'm going to keep at this. And my sweet Lori, mm-hmm, of Lori Stories and Crochets. Yes, Lori reached out and was like, yeah. Kitty emailed me. I'm like, okay. Better yet, text me. All right. And she talked me through what she needed to talk me through. And there was another time that I reached out to her, but I would not have been in the right space to be confused if it had not been for Michelle. And then to be able to be there and Lori see the frustration or sense the frustration and reach out was absolutely amazing. It was timely and it was very much appreciated. And along the way, Lori and I have found out that we share so many commonalities. I think that's the right word. But we are alike in so many ways. And I think that is beautiful when you find someone that you're so much alike and you are so vastly different. You know, you're so different. And when that kind of mesh happens, you know that it's divine intervention and you regain your hope in humanity. Because every now and then, I mean, being realistic, when we look out and we see the things that are happening, we tend to lose our hope in humanity. But just to go and see these types of relationships that are built, yes, yes. She is absolutely amazing, BB. Oh my goodness, she's everybody that I've mentioned, everybody, they're absolutely wonderful human beings. They really, really are. You guys are absolutely wonderful. And I don't think I can express enough how much you all keep me uplifted and keep me pushing forward. I know that, to someone out there, the numbers may seem small, but when I come in here and I see at least one other person here, that's huge to me. That is so huge to me, for several reasons. I grew up an only child. I learned when I was 53 that I had siblings. I met my siblings, and since it feels like they've thrown me away, because they don't reach out to me at all. So I've lived most of my life being that only child, and I've learned to have conversations with the voices in my head, and all that good stuff. And then to open up a live and see that there is at least one person there, y'all, that's huge. That is absolutely huge. Okay, so the last time we were together, I want to talk about my weekly whips and my weekly FOs. I showed you all the test squares that I had, and I'm still kind of working on those. I have decreased my list of whips by 8. I made, I attempted to make a snowman. It was an attempt. It was an attempt. And that's supposed to be the eyes and the nose. No, that's not a mouth. It's a bow tie. it's 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 a bow tie. My snowman just doesn't have a mouth. That way he can't talk to me and tell me, "Hey, look, don't do this again." But this is why I don't do amigurumi. I can tell you that at the bottom, I started doing yarn under instead of yarn over. I do see where that is more um, beneficial than the yarn over. It does seem more gappy. I don't know if you can really see. Like up in here, it looks a little more gappy than down here. This looks a little tighter. I used a 4.5 crochet hook, 4.5 millimeter. I can't use it anymore. I have to retire it because half of this just kind of chipped off. Yes, it was old. It was very old. And I guess the heat of my hand working with it just made it disintegrate. But I do have a couple of other 4.5s. So if I think I want to attempt to do amigurumi again, I don't even know if you can see the sections. I increased and then I decreased to get this, and then I increased again a little and I decreased here. But it kind of, to me, looks more like a bowling pin. Y'all, I tried. So I kind of called this, oh, I'm sorry. I kind of called this my doll too. So I guess that would be double dipping, which would make it 9. The centerpiece I made, but I showed that to you as one of the squares. Now, what did I do with it? Oh, I see it. Yay! Okay, I got it. I got it, y'all. This was the centerpiece that I made. I love this little cup effect in the middle. I absolutely love that. But I love that whole thing. It's more like a candle seating type thingamabobby. But I love that whole thing. And this is along the lines of the mandala that I kind of work with and play with a lot. If I were to continue this out, I would make sure that it had more open spaces and I'd give it more texture. But this is the kind of stuff that I play around with a lot. I absolutely enjoy this. And when I sit back and look at Sam's channel and see how she creates hers, it's like, wow. But she does, hers is a lot more meticulous because they make the individual pieces and they put them together. I try to do the one piece thingy. I'm I don't like the sewing thing, y'all. I don't. I do know that I still need to make 2 pillows, and I actually started working on those. I told y'all I put everything up here. I was so serious. Okay, so that's just the blues. This is the bag of bags I was talking about. I got a bag of bags, and in each bag is a project. And I forget what is in all the. Okay, this is a future project. This just got the colors in it. This is the start of another pillow. The bottom was not as flat as I wanted it, but I know when I put the stuffing in it that it'll make it, it's going to be like a neck pillow. So it's going to be tubular. This is the cake that I'm working with. It's one of the cakes that I did. I know that the white that I'm working with right now, this is Karen 1 pound. I think everything else is Big Twist, if I'm not mistaken. The white is the only thing that's Karen 1 pound. So it is a difference in the thickness of the fiber, but it's all 4 worsted weight. So that's that pillow. I'm also working on this as being a pillow. This was going to be my tube, but then I decided that I wanted to make it the other way. I wanted to make this just a long rectangular pillow. And this is the yarn I'm working with. Of course, it did start out being something else, and I balled it back up. It might happen here too. If I'm not feeling it by tomorrow, it might get wrong. So that's that. This is the colorway that I've chosen for something coming up. What? I don't know, but it's going to be kind of small because this is all that I have to work with. Might be a centerpiece, might be a covering, it might be a Christmas tree skirt. Why did I say Christmas tree skirt? Because one of the things that I failed to bring over here, the call was coming through. One of the things that I failed to bring over here was the Christmas tree and the Christmas tree skirt. And it's too far to reach it with my grabby. And if I get up the mountain behind me, it's going to fall. So I don't want you to see the mountain fall. I don't want to make you all dizzy. So I'll tell you about it. I went to my doctor's office yesterday. Good and bad. I got a good, I'm healthy. Blood pressure is fine. Temperature is fine. Pulse ox fine, but I gained 3 pounds. That put me back over the 220 limit. Yeah. I mean the 320 limit. So I was a little disappointed yesterday and I came in and went straight to bed. but that was warranted. But at any rate, we're not going to harp on that because it is what it is, and I can't make a difference right now. So we're going to move into the right now. So, um, yeah, that's what happened. I forgot what I was saying. Just like that. Just like that. Just like, oh, Christmas tree. So the last time I went to the doctor, she asked me, she was like, "So have you got your Christmas tree up?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm not going to put one up." And she says, "Why? Too much hassle?" I said, "No, it's not really celebrated in my house, like talking about." And she, because she knows me, she says, "You didn't say you don't celebrate it." I said, "Yeah, I said it the way I meant to say it. It's not celebrated in my house so much. And I don't want to offend anybody. So I'm just not putting up the Christmas tree." And I said, "And besides, it's not like I have a lot of help putting it up and taking it down. And that's a pretty big task because we have a 7-foot tree." So she said, "Even a little one?" And I said, "Even a little one. I really don't even have it with." She said, "You can crochet one." And I said, "You're right. I can. I can." But we both know I got so much going on in this noggin to condense it or confine it to a Christmas tree would be a lot. So when I went to the doctor's office yesterday, she gave me this little, I want to say it's, I want to, I want to say it's 12 inches. She gave me this little 12-inch Christmas tree. Since I just read what you wrote, I don't like when people see my pillows that I sleep on. That's what I have a problem with people see. And you're right, Joan. I don't like you. I don't like people like my pillows don't always match my sheets. Okay. Because I have certain pillowcases that I absolutely love. I've got a Tinkerbell pillowcase that is always going to be on my bed. We wash clothes every day. So when I take my linens off my bed and put them in the wash, it might not go in the wash today, but the Tinkerbell pillowcases, I don't care what's being washed with. It's going to be washed and dried that day because it's going back on the pillow. And I'm going to sleep with Tinkerbell that night. And it's been that way since I had it. Yeah, she's over there. She's over there. But it's been that way since I had, and I've had that Tinkerbell pillow. I want to say since since 2009. It's either 2009 or 2010. It's either 15 or 16 years that I've had that pillowcase. I don't have the sheets anymore because at the time I had a twin size bed, and I no longer have a twin size bed. But yeah, yeah. Uh, but I don't like people. I've shown her. She's been a thumbnail, but like I also have my leopard print pillows that I use a lot. You know, I have my black pillows that I use a lot. I just don't like people to see my sleeping pillows. That's just, it is what it is. Okay, so let me see. I've been, okay, I have to show you. This, guys, I started 3 days ago. This is a sweater that I'm making for my grandson. It's from the bottom up, of course. It's all half double crochet except the ribbing. That's single crochet in the back loop only, all the way around. I did 100 um, foundation row, half double crochet, and I'm building up from there. The color scheme is kind of based on the materials that I have, even though I have a lot more blue. I have more blue than I thought I had, but these are the blues that I'm using. This one is, y'all, I don't remember which one this is. I know it's not Big Twist, and I know it's not Karen 1 pound. I want to say that this is Red Heart because I was making I was making something specific for one of the cashiers over at Walmart. I want to say this is Red Heart. This one, of course, is Mainstay. It's still got the label on it. And this one is Mainstay. So they're both Mainstay. And that's the color scheme that I'm using. One is the light blue. One is, what is this one called? Teal. And then, of course, this one is blue or azul, as they call it, which is Spanish for blue. So that's what I'm working on with this one. I just finished the blue. And I'm going to go back now to my baby blue and start with my arms from here. And then I'm going to finish up with the neckline. So hopefully in the next couple of days, he'll have that. He's been excited coming in and getting measured for it and everything. And I wrote down my measurements this time. I don't have to have him constantly, but I have him coming in to try it on and things because I know he enjoys that part of it. But I have everything written down because, like yesterday, he only tried it one time. And when we were at that point, we were here yesterday when he tried it on. So all of this happened after he left. And the excitement. I love doing things for people when they get excited. When my daughter comes to me and says, Mom, I need you to make me a hat. This time it was, Mom, I need you to make me a beanie. I made the beanie, and as soon as the hook came out, right away, she came and snatched it and pulled it on her head, and she's like, yeah, 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 this is it. She asked me to make a cup cozy, so I made her a cup cozy. I showed you that there were two of these. The other one has been taken again. The brown and white one, which I call the coffee. But these two are the same colorway. So when she takes her cup of coffee with her to work, she'll wear her beanie and she'll take her cup of coffee with her cozy around it, showing that they match. So, yes, we are also still working on um, the new squares. Which are these? I'm not going to pull each one out. We've added two to that. So instead of 6, we have 8 now. Um, I'm not working anymore with the black Skittles. I'm really trying to stretch that out so that. Hi, Twin and Stitches. Okay. I'll try to be quiet. I don't want to uncontent him. Okay, so we are still working with that as well. Um, I had talked to you guys about some books that I had. I showed you this book last week. I know, but I didn't want to, sometimes the loudness can disrupt the babies, and I didn't want to do that. I told you, if y'all see broken nails, please forgive me. It's been a hard week on my hands, but, and having nails, they break sometimes. So this is one of the books that I absolutely love. It has a lot of stitches. It has a lot of, as Juan calls them, recipes on the inside, like this one, which I so desperately want to make. I think that is super cute. Um, and this one, God, come on now. What's not to love about that? Seriously. And you see that skirt? Is that not amazing? I could look at this book with you all day, but I'm not going to do that. This one is the one that I showed you where I got a couple of square ideas from. Y'all, I'm looking for another book. I have to tell you that I am looking for another book. Once I got the book, I was fascinated when I first got it. I was very fascinated when I first got the book, and I was looking through it, and then when I looked at it, it just did not meet my qualifications for what the projects were that I had in mind. They were, it just didn't, it missed the bar a little bit. But this is another one of the books that I have had for years. Um, okay, the first printing was in 2003. So sometime shortly after that was when I got the book. So this is one of the books that I absolutely love, edited by Carol Alexander. Don't know who the author is, House of White Birches. But I love this book. The Afghans that are in this book are Chef's Kiss. This one reminds me of something that Juan is working on now. It's not the same, but it reminds me of that. Of course, we all know about the fruit slices, and y'all know about my fascination of turning circles into squares. The puzzle, the puzzle pieces. I'm like, oh, that's so cute, but I don't like granny squares. I think this one's interesting. The bow ties. I could stay for the whole life. I just wanted to say hi. Thank you so much for being here, BB. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have the garden pathway. I'm not going to sit here and show you every single one. I promise I won't. One day we'll sit and do that. We'll go through each one, and you'll see all the beauty and lusciousness. But this one, Misty Fields, I love the design in that. I really do. I think that's just so, it doesn't look complicated, but it looks elegant and chic and unique. And of course, this one drew me because why? It's purple, guys. It's purple. And we know Kitty loves purple. And then another one, another book, of course, is Old Time Crochet Made Easy, edited by Laura Scott. This is also House of White Birches. And just to show you some of the things on the back that are presented. The doggy. Look at the poochie baby. Oh, it's so sweet. I could have one of these and wouldn't be allergic. Look at that purple. Oh my God. Guys, that dress is gorgeous. Okay. Mhm. There's the oval doily. Cute. Yes. I don't want to. I want to, but I don't want to show you every single one. You see, I folded this page in for a reason. And I can't get it apart. I want to show you. There we go. Look at this one, guys. Isn't that beautiful? Seashell placemat set. Okay. I get fascinated. This book has two sisters around here somewhere. I had three of these by Vanna White. I don't know where the other two are. I'm only going to show you like two or three of them, but you'll see why I felt like I had to jump on this book. Yes, it was the purple that drew me, but look at the hearts. Makes you want to put everything down and just jump on doing that by itself. Oh, the country check. Mm, 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 mm. Roses are red. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Your mama may love you, but I do too. Ha ha. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Guys. And the matching pillow. Aren't these beautiful? I promised you all that I would go on a fishing expedition and find these. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hmm. But I promised you all that I would go on a fishing expedition and find my books. These are a few of them. But yeah, there are two sisters to this book. I had three Vanna White books. I don't know where the other two are right now. My room is in transition a lot. It might be in the same container I got this out of. I don't know. There's one that I have that specializes in car seat blankets. Um, so there are quite a few others. I do love recipe books as well. So I am not going to continue to hold you guys as we have approached the end of our session together. I want to tell you thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I am going to continue to try to get my whip list down. Hopefully, when I come to you next Tuesday, I can have of these 22 items that I have less to do. I'm going to shoot for getting 11 of them done at least by next week. I do have a few other things that I started in the meantime. You saw the sweater, but yeah, we're working. We're working. But I am definitely going to work on getting that list down as far as getting some other things done. I want to remind all of you in everything that you do, be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and behave. Remember, Kitty Lane told you. Remember, Kitty Lane loves you. So until we see each other again on these YouTube streets, peace out, everybody. And stay tuned because we got a lot of good stuff coming up.